Hello, hello, hello. Hello, we're going to get more people on. Hello, Z. Hello, Arena. We're going to get more people on so that we can continue what we continued today, which was the intuitive gallery. So I spoke to a couple of people today. I have some recordings I need to kind of, edit and get them out to you. I covered some interesting topics that I think it would help a lot of people. So if you're with me, then you know that you have to go see my videos. Check me out. I'm an elder, so I got a lot of work. I was gonna get more people on, more people on. Well, I'm working mostly with empaths. Because I'm an old empath myself, so a lot of the information that I have is basically for it's human information. So we're gonna get more people. Share, like, let's get more people on. Yeah. So I guess what I'm talking about, what I'm doing with these lives that I'm doing is that I'm pulling out more and more information from people who have gifts and just never had a platform where they can discuss it in a way that is not emotional, that is of service and purposeful. And so these water galleries, these intuitive galleries that I'm doing, allows me to see into people's gifts. It's my personal gift anyway, but it allows me to do it on a broader scale, and also allows me to do it without a net. So that means that there is no give or take. I'm not charging you anything. You don't know me, and I don't know you. I know you don't know me, and I don't know you. So you have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain, and I understand what I'm doing here. I'm not just doing this as of a complete service. People who need to see me will book a session with me. I have more. This is just a part of my gift. I have other parts of my gift that people um, use, and they learn, and I teach them certain gifts that go along with their gifts. And I don't think, and it's not really a gift. I just sort of give them handles to their own gift. I give them handles to their own gift. So a lot of people come to me with their spiritual gifts, and I just add clarity. My element of intuition and healing is water. I work with water. That's what I do. I'm a water intuitive. So that's why this is a water gallery. And so it would also be cleansing. Water is cleansing. So I don't just use one part of my gift. I use as many parts as I can. But for tonight's sake, just for tonight's sake, just for these galleries on TikTok, I'm using my intuition. I'm using my intuition, my water intuition. And so this is my offering to those who may not know that I'm here and uh, physically are far from me, who need to connect with me. And not only to connect with me, they're here to possibly help others. So I'm here. I've been here for about 20 years, but a lot of you don't know me. So I have to do more of my sharing now. I have to share myself more now so that you get to know me and others that are like me. I know this platform is not set up for authenticity all the time, but it is set up for authenticity some of the time. And this is some of the time. This is some of the time. This is the time that we are authentic. So we're here. We're here. So yeah, I'm gonna sit here until we get more people. Until you invite more people. I'm gonna sit right here. Now, if you have a question and you'd like to ask me, then ask me a question and start this. How it goes is that you ask me a question and you either go live with me. Again, I will not be revealing everything because that's not what this is about, but I'll start to invite people and they ask me a question. We'll see if we can go from there. I don't know if everybody is ready for that, but let's figure out. Let's get it started. Um, let's figure that out. Ask me a question. I'm getting more people on. We're going to ask me a question. I'm inviting more guests. I'm inviting more people. Mm, great, 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 great. So I had a friend of mine, a younger friend of mine, student of mine, ask me about what it meant to be an empath and how I started and what happened and like, basically what the hell happened. Because once you start to talk to elders about their road, their life experience being an empath, you come into a lot of different spinning wheels. Okay, so um, back in 2011, the resonance of the Earth started to rise. That was the Schumann resonance that started to rise. And what happened was that the Earth moved into ascension. It was a physical, energetic thing that occurred on the planet, which turned everyone up, our energy up. And so intuition began to increase. And at the same time, we started to see those numbers, those 111, 444s, 333s, and all of those numbers you started to see. When we started to see all those numbers, a lot of children started to be born around 1990, and they were crystal children. They were the first set of beings born with access to what we were considering junk DNA. They were designed to break the system and build a new system, and they did. 2023, here we are. Uh, in the middle of all that, they got the shit kicked out of them. You know, it was very difficult for empaths in the very beginning. It was not easy. But we were built for it. I guess we were the indigo children, so we were kind of built for it as well. You know, not all of us survived, you know, but most of us did. It was a rough time, but um, it was no more, it was no less rougher than the ones that came before us. So we understand the evolution of this. We understand right through the evolution in terms of how empaths have become stronger, have been able to resiliently stand up against a lot of oppression and violence, against the fact that they can see the truth sometimes. Now, doesn't mean that all empaths see the truth. Because you're an empath doesn't mean all of a sudden make you higher than and more morally higher than anyone and you've been chosen. No. No, it's just like you have an extra set of skill. Now, what you do with it is you. You can bless a person, you can curse a person with it. But you're going to pay for it. Because with that gift um, comes great responsibility. So you will pay for the misuse of it. And I think that's what a lot of these young people on TikTok are not understanding. These people playing around, they're not understanding the laws. You know, they're not understanding the laws. And because they don't understand the law, they think they have just an endless cycle of I'm going to do some bullshit and nothing's going to happen to me. But it may not happen to you, but it may happen to the ones you love. See, this is why people want to know who their family members are marrying, who's marrying into the family. I mean, right now we've kind of, you know, caused it to be sort of like a personal thing, but you can let in a demon into your family, the same bloodline. I don't see why that's so hard to believe. And so you have people walking around who have dropped the frequency of their family and the entire family. They've dropped by allowing a lower frequency to come into the bloodline. They drop the frequency of the entire family, depending on how strong the family is. Now, it doesn't mean that one demon will affect the rest of the good, godly, the good people. No, 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 no. But you get too many of them, and you'll bring down the family. The whole family's frequency will come straight down. The whole family's frequency will come straight down. And there'll be nothing you can do about it until you increase the family's energy, the vibration of it. Um, and so it's always very important. That's why when you create a life, see, people are more connected to the marriage of two beings. They forget about the life these two beings going to create. Like the marriage is more sacred than the birth, which is, I don't understand. If you can be married and that'll be fine. And it's the children that are born from that marriage. If one of those frequencies, those children, one of those spouses have a lower frequency, um, and comes from a family of low frequency beings, it's you'll see it show up. You'll see it show up in the child. Just like you'll see a blessing. Just like you can pass the ability to sing, natural talents. You can pass unnatural talents as well, too. So I always tell people, you know what? Y'all have to be aware of who you bring forth children with. And not just for you, but for your whole entire family. We got out of that. We got away from that. And I know it could be oppressive because there's a lot of people who will find any way, any means to control other people. It doesn't matter what it is. They're going to try to find a way to control it. But at the basis of this, it was not out of control. It was out of keeping everyone well within the bloodline. Keeping everyone well within the bloodline. And people striving, other families striving to be well in their bloodline by being loving, attracting goodness to them by being good people. That would be something of value to them, and not robbing or stealing or being evil to someone is a value. And there's whole families that they value. The more you can take or force your will on another person, the better you are, and that you're better ranked in the family that you are. So you have to be aware when you marry into places like that where you have whole groups of people believing that way, that's going to, and if you have a child, that child is going to see the world slightly the way, if not slightly, halfway the way they see it. And it doesn't matter where you take that child to. That child is going to see the world on a lower vibration merely because one of the parents' bloodline had never ascended, never got higher in terms of loving. They were always warlike, they were always fighting. That comes through the bloodline, and because it's connective and the people are still alive and still thinking warlike, it means that everyone's going to share in the collective energy of that entire family. And we all know it. This is like being chosen ones. We'd be born into a family of a lower frequency than us. Many chosen people are born into a family of a lower frequency than them. And that's what it is. And it's only through being an empath for so many years you understand the system. You understand the system of an empath's evolution. You understand the childhood, you understand the early adulthood, you understand the adulthood, you understand the middle age, you understand the whole thing. And here's another thing. You understand it so much that you realize you've been here before. So that changes your focus on a lot of things. And so a lot of the young empaths ask me all the time, how can I think this way? And I said, well, at some point, you have to believe who you are. At some point, you have to believe who you are. If you're a chosen one, you have to believe it. Other than that, you're always questioning all these miracles happening around you. And it's like, I always call it like confirming. Yeah. But it's not just miracles. Tragedies happen around too. I mean, it's not about being higher than anyone. It's about experiencing the slice of pie that God's given you, and it's enough. Trust me, it's more than enough. And you don't have to look over at someone else's pie and see if their pie is better than yours. If you go dig deeper in your pie, you realize that it's suited just for you. It's suited just for you. The pie is suited just for you. the slice of pie that the universe or God, whoever the supreme being, has given to you in your life is just suitable for you. So I always tell people empaths. There's a time where they say, "Oh, I feel anything," and then you got the super empaths that say, I can see through a wall and I can just do ego and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not really the gift. That's their culture speaking through them. See, here's the thing with empaths. There's a difference between race and empaths and the culture of empaths. That's because we know more, we see more of the complexities of a human. So we understand that, yeah, certain things are environment, certain things are the culture of an empath. And that's not, we transcend what everyone else is going on because we see deeper. We see deeper into what it is to be an empath. And so when you see deeper into that, you realize that you may have been here before. And the people around you may have been here right along with you. And that maybe the mission that you have is tied to many missions. Because this is not a mission right now we're having. This is a movement. This is a mission. Maybe 20 years ago it might have been a mission. That's no longer a mission right now. This is an entire global movement that's happening. And that's why there's so many of us online. And we, the authentic ones, will drown out the ones that are not authentic. Or I don't say they're not authentic. They just opened the door and they did their job. Now they have to go back and do the learning that matches what they're saying. Because now they said it because they basically channeled it without an experience, but they had the right tools. They were in front of the right people. They had the right frequency to get it out. So there's nothing, they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. They just had they were in the right place at the right time, designed to give off this message. Now, they will go back and they will study. Not all of them will come back on the platform teaching spirituality. Because some of them, that's what they did. That was it. There will be some that come back. They will leave. Watch. Some of them will leave. The younger ones, they will leave. They may leave for 6 months. They may leave for a year. They may leave for 2 months. But when they come back on this platform, they're going to be fire. They're going to be fired because they're going to learn why they opened the door. And they need to take a sabbatical. And because the universe is using them, their sabbaticals are designed for them to come back and be like fire when they come back. So some of them will learn from me. Some of you are learning from me right now. Some of you are realizing, hey, I'm looking at this guy Lawrence, and he's telling me about his walk. And he's telling me about the things he was driven to do. And he's sitting up here telling me that I need to take a sabbatical. I need to go on a journey. You can always tell Lawrence is called me. If you know me, I'm a journey guy. I'm definitely a journey guy. Like this right here, I can do this, and it's not a problem. But in about a moment, I'll get everybody up. And before you know it, we'll all be standing on a mountain because that is my gift. My gift is not to make you aware of it. My gift is for you to be aware of it. And so there's a certain couple of phases that you have to take with me. You can't just sit in front of me. You may find yourself in Enchanted Rock. You might find yourself digging up crystals. You might find yourself on Stone Mountain. You might find yourself in Tulum, Mexico. But wherever you go, I'm going to be there with you. I'm going to be there with you. When my retreats are, I don't take a lot of people on the retreats. It's like maybe 8 or 9. But trust me, these 8 or 9 people are going to change the world. I honor them. I am built for the masses, but I'm also built for teachers that are going to teach others. It's through my experience that they glean from. It's just me activating them. It's an activation. And I think the younger ones don't quite understand what an activation is. You know why the younger empaths don't understand it? Because they don't quite believe who they are yet. And we understand it. We get it. You won't believe it until you believe it. You will not believe it until you believe it. Somebody let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? And can you hear me well? Because I hate to speak and nobody can hear me. Because I got this mic on. So someone text or type and say, Lawrence, I could hear you. Are you about to take a break? Oh, okay. I hear you, Baba. Okay, good. Yeah, yes. Yes, yes, Enchanted Rock, yes. Yes, good, 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 good. Okay, good. Okay. So, with me, I deliver specific energies to each individual person, but I'm aware of who comes to me. I'm aware of that. And as an empath, when you believe who you are, you also believe that you're aware of who comes to you. Like, no one comes to me that I don't already know. Right here on TikTok, you can see it. If I do the video work, you'll see even today. A lady just showed up and she's like, "Yeah, I just came to show." I was like, "Okay, I know who you are, and let's get it." And I always tell people, stay on my lives because you have to see how I'm talking to people that I have never met before. You know, there's a lot of, I guess, phonies in this, but this can't possibly be phony. I've never met them before, and that's not my claim to fame at all. It really isn't. Some people will be like, "Oh, I'm a medium. I never met them, and I saw their future." No, that's not what it is. That's just me talking. That's the talking part. When I take you out to my lake and show you, when you open up and it comes out of you, that's when my job is done. That's an activation, and that activation takes years and years of practice. Um, and it's an enjoyable practice because it's moving. It's not like you're practicing and you never know if you're doing it right. It's a lot of complexities into that because being an empath and being used for the light of the chosen one, you know, I guess a lot of, like I run into a lot of Christians and sometimes um, I have to tell them, you know, God doesn't go to sleep. So in your dream state, you know, you're still doing work, and they can't wrap around their head that at night they are doing work. You know, whatever they whatever they're being used for is whatever. I'm not gonna put anything in it. Whatever. Um, it doesn't stop. You know, we transition as if like you transition from light to death. You know, you transition from awake to asleep, but you don't go away. You those hours are very important in the meaning of your life and your gift. So those times are very important. You don't just I'm gonna go to sleep to wake up and do it all over again. No, and many people know who are my students know. Yeah, I work in the dream state. Baby, you don't get no sleep. You don't get no sleep because you don't come to me to sit. Nobody comes to me and comes to me like I'm gonna take the easy way out. You're gonna tell me this stuff and I'm gonna practice when I want to. No, you don't do that with me. Mm-mm. I don't have a student that does that at all. You know why? I'm not built for that. Other people are. I'm not built for that. The people that come to me are heavy hitters, powerful people, resonating energy. Resonating energy. They need me to be powerful. To show them that this is what powerful it is. It doesn't mean that they need me to be powerful for my ego. They, all of my students know that the activation that happens around me is for them. They feel powerful. They've always felt powerful. They just need to see someone wear it. They need the human side of it. That's part of the activation. I think a lot of spiritual people forget the human side. They want to transcend and they want to tell you they call the ancestors. And here's another thing. Can I teach here for you? I ain't got enough of y'all on here. I wish I had more so I can tell y'all this. I'm going to question you. I want to give you something to think about. Now, it doesn't mean that you believe me. Just give questions. Sometimes the questions is better than the answers. I tell you, the questioning is so much better than someone giving you the answer. The fact that you even question something opens up more and more doors to your mind. So sometimes the questions are so better than the answers. But let me give you a question. What makes you think that your ancestors had it right? What makes you think that your ancestors had spirituality right? See, that's when you question. How could your ancestors have it that right that you practice what they practice, but yet you believe in evolution? I'm not saying, no, I believe in my ancestors, but I'm the prayers of my ancestors. That's who I am. I'm the product of it. Sometimes, like we used to say when we, certain circles, we'll say it right now. Put your DNA on the table, baby. You ain't got to tell me who you are. It'll be all in your DNA. I ain't got time for you to tell and lie to me. It'll be in your DNA. It'll be in what you do and all the people around you. Period. So put your DNA on the table. What you been doing with it? If you're telling me you making money, you're at the wrong table. You're at the wrong table with me. If you tell me that you made this much money doing whatever with your gift, and you haven't touched people, but you made the money, then you're at the wrong table with me. You don't come to my table. My table is this is what I've done and this is what I can show you. And if finances, if wealth came from that, fine. But you can't lead with your wealth with me. You can't lead with your wealth with me. You can't just decide to sit down and tell me how much money you're making. That's supposed to be impressive to me, to anyone. A life you have. You have a whole life. And that's what you're leading with? Change the way you speak. It's not easy. I know. It's not easy. And it's not even your fault. So what I'm saying, please don't fault yourself for it. Trust me, I'm not blaming you. That's the program you were living in. The program we all lived in. I'm just saying, be aware enough to know that it's a program and make another choice. You won't make the right choice every day, but have enough intention that you do want to make the right choice. Change a little will mean a lot in your physical realm, especially right now, because the new energy is on the planet. So change a little, it'll mean a lot. Before you had to change a little and it just change a little bit. You change a little change. No. You change for light right now in front of love. Watch your life change. Now it doesn't mean you're gonna get $1 million and all love's gonna come. No, you might do something that you thought you'd never do because you need to do it. Because light came in a dark place there. I can't say it all here. Some of this is just for my private sessions, but I'm going to give you a little bit about my direction. My direction is for healers now, for people who seek to heal other people in any other way. There's so many different ways to heal people. That's not what I mean by, I don't want to section people off in terms of what type of healing. But what I mean is that there is a certain energy that's upon the planet for healing. A lot of us are born healers, and we came out healing, and it's a lot of us now. It's a lot of us now. We're empaths, but the empaths are not mediums completely, And before that was, people thought that was the same thing. You're an empath, you're a medium. You're an empath, you're a medium. No, now it's not. You're an empath and Reiki. You can be a healing empath. You don't even have to talk to them. You can see it. Their body can speak to you. Because I know a lot of body empaths where other people's body speaks to them and they heal them and they know exactly what yoga position, whatever they need to get into, and they do it with me. They do it with me. I don't go to regular people. I go to people I don't have a regular body at this point. I don't have a regular human body. I've been out of it so long, it's not regular anymore. It's not a regular human body. I need a little extra light upon this physical body. I need a little extra light upon the physical body to assist me. And no, there's a lot of people. We'll start to roll out in terms of what to put in your body or what not to put in your body, or put nothing in your body, and how to receive the light. There are a lot of empaths that take in different forms of energy because they're empaths. They don't all take in the same form of energy like that. So there are certain empaths that, like I work with certain empaths. Most of my empaths are nature empaths, so they're going to get charged in nature, period. That's what when they come to me, some of them are not nature, and that's the problem. And they come to me, and we get it down. We bust it down. We get them energy charged up. We give them the technique to move on. We give them a little bit more light into their direction. But we send you out. There are no gurus here. There is no following. There is no road to anywhere here. You work with me. You go back out in the field. I'm a light guide. You can't follow me. There's only one path that I'm taking, and it's mine. You have your own. I want you to have your own. We're walking in the same direction, but not in the same path. So, um, I a lot of people say to me, "It's just Lawrence, when you tell people that pisses them off." And I'm like, yeah. And some people think that I'm too vulnerable, and I say no. I've been here before. I know what I'm doing. I know what you see when you look at me. I know what you see. Not this lifetime. Not this lifetime. I'm going to live this lifetime. Mm-mm. I'm no one's savior this lifetime. And so I'm guiding those who are powerful beings to do work for the whole entire planet. Our experience right now is you have no idea that we are writing another Bible, another book of light right now. And many of us may be characters within that book of light right now. Right now. These things that people are doing right now that you don't know about, that you will know about in years to come or recently, you may know about them very soon. Right now, the light is being turned upon the light now. So before we were light in dark places and no one knew we were there. And there was always some other person telling the masses about who we are, and it was always some exaggerated way for no damn reason whatsoever to have a gift. I'm going to have a gift and I'm going to work for the government. Really? Really? You can't see? Really? So you have a whole bunch of people who were headed that way because they believe what the television told them. They believe what the movies told them. So when they think of like mediumship, they think of secret weapon in the government, and that's their program, and that's what it is. And no, most of us, it's not even an option. We're not saying that we would. It's bigger than just. It's global. It's bigger than just your town and your government and your environment. It's global. It's a bigger system working, and it has many, many facets to it. It's not very small. So you have a lot of people who are in places that no one even knew they were there, and they were just working their gift of light, sharing love, doing what they had to do, however that came out of them. And I'm not talking about lollipops and daisies and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that type of love all the time. I'm not talking about that type of love a lot of the time. I'm talking about real hardcore love. Understanding, understanding. In places that other people are being judged, we share a sense of, it's all right. We all fall down, we get back up. But you're going to be great because we need you to be great. And it's just simple encouragement. I mean, I'm saying it's simple, but it's not, because when one light worker meets another light worker, it just blossoms. It just blossoms. It's just, you see the work, you see what you need to do. And it's not on some religious thing in terms of where it's like driven in you that you feel guilty if you don't do it. If you start feeling guilty if you didn't do something, check. Nah, climb out of the guilt. It'll just make your work, it's like mud. It's like quicksand. It'll make your work harder. You will have to live twice as long to do the work you need to do. Come out of that. Stop beating yourself. If you weren't going to be chosen, you weren't going to be chosen. Stop trying to be chosen every day. You're not going to get it right every day. But you already been chosen. So you're not supposed to make a mistake. You don't make a mistake. The more mistakes you make, the better, kind of, because then you learn from them. You just have to keep your conscious that the mistake is not your fault. It's just you trying different ways and different systems and stuff like that. Now, don't hurt nobody because you're going to get your ass busted. That's the whole, let me tell you about a lot of these things. Don't hurt nobody because this shit going to come back around here and beat your ass. You're going to be screaming the devil and the people against me. But meanwhile, you done some evil shit that you haven't been responsible for, and that shit came back on your ass. And now you're screaming the demons and the devils and the this and the that. And some of this shit ain't it. It's just you done some evil shit. You've been nosy. You done stuck your nose where they shouldn't belong. You know, made a judgment and some shit like that. You've been minding people's business. And a lot of empaths, they don't want to tell the truth. They want to act like the demons against me and I had to fight. Yeah, you did. And some of this shit you brought on yourself too. Some of this shit you should have just mind your own business. And you brought on yourself. That's okay, we all do it. Because if you have an extra sight, why wouldn't you? If you have an extra gift, you know you're going to stretch it. So you stretch it too far. Okay. I don't need to see that. I don't want to see that. That's going to hurt me and it's going to snap back. You cannot peer into everything. That's what makes a mature empath, to know what they need to do and what they don't need to do. And there was no other group of people on the planet that's going to be able to tell it to you other than people, indigo children, who just kind of came through. We're still going through it. We're just better at it. We're just better at it. So get yourself an elder. Get yourself an elder or hang out with me and let me teach you. Let me share something with you. But hey, this is what I'm going to tell you straight up. Don't come to me with if you ain't have a question. One thing I do not like is people sitting in front of me, starstruck. It just doesn't, you don't understand this level of empath, this level of channel that I have to open it up. I might make it look easy, but inside it's not easy. I'm putting it up. I'm holding it for you to ask a question. You don't know what ancestors are sitting here or your ancestors are sitting here have waited this long for us to meet. And you get on here and you don't have a question. I'm like, well, why'd all these people show up? If you came this far to me and I asked you, okay, you have a question. You said, well, I really don't have a question. And I know you do. I know these many energies wouldn't be sitting here with you, ready to talk to you. And you tell me you don't have a question. See, that's what I mean to a lot of the empaths. When the opportunity arises, they don't believe it. They don't believe that they arrived in front of me or people like me to have something delivered to them that they need at that moment, that they ask for. When it shows up, they literally don't believe that it's showing up. And so when I ask them a question, they tell me, I don't have a question. Why don't you tell me what you see? And I tell them what I see. And they like it, but they missed it. They went for dessert when they could have had a whole meal. And I can't make you ask me the question. I know that 99% of the people I say, ask me a question, they don't have a question, they don't believe. They don't believe. They don't believe it. They're talking like they believe it, but they don't believe it. Because right at that moment was the proof to really say, I believe you're in front of me to give me a message. And I'm going to ask you a question because what else then who am I praying? What am I praying for? What am I asking every day for? You can't tell me in this day and time that everything you have, you need. And there's no reason to just have a message delivered to you. That's what you're saying. And that's the part where I'm like, y'all got to believe this. We can't get you. You're looking for something that you could have, but you just don't believe that scenarios are lined up in your life where you meet certain people to get information and activation. And all you have to do is ask a question. It's not costing you anything. It's not costing you anything. You've been led to these channels. I'm not just saying it's just me. I'm sure there's others. What I'm saying is that I'm built this way to tell it to you right to your face. You're not going to get a lot of these chances. You're not. And not because I'm not going to give you the chances. Do you know how hard it is to get that level of alignment? When you are in a place where you don't believe and something comes in that makes you believe and you don't ask the question? Like that's going to happen all over again. No. And you missed an opportunity to believe in yourself. And you spin out, and you spin out, and you spin out, and you know we can't break the laws because you're not present enough. We can't break those laws because you are not present enough to say, I'm in front of this man or people like this, and I need to think because I'm aware that this is an opportunity from another side, and I'm going to ask a question, and this question is going to be intelligent. And I don't have to think so much. It's what I've been asking for every day. What I've been wanting every day to get to. and you be surprised at how simple the answer can be. But the only complicated version of this is that you don't believe that you're in front of something that can give you an answer to your question. Because you think it's me, or you think it's a person that's doing it. As if we designed our lives to run into you anonymously. You don't believe that there's something higher than you and me that put us together for you. Because I'm in service. So that means that when I'm out of service, I'm out of service. I'm not available to people. But when I'm in service, I'm in service. So if you're in front of me, I believe. I believe when I ask people, do they have a question? I believe they have a question. And then when they tell me they don't have a question, I believe they don't believe. And so when I tell them the message for them, they believe the message. You see what I mean? They'll believe a message when I free flows, when I say this is the message I have for you. But they wouldn't believe the question that can come out of their own mouth. They won't even believe that question. Yeah. Because yes, you know where to start? Believe it. Jeffrey, believe it. That's all we're asking you to do. That's the only thing is to believe in you and your spiritual connection. That's all we're asking you to do. And because you have been in places, and you may have seen other people who were not quite to the level of you. And so maybe they didn't believe their gift as much. And I believe my gift. And there's others that believe I do. There's nothing else. I mean, it's my reality. It's real. It's just as real as you. You have to believe it. You just have to believe it. It's no other way for me to tell young empaths anymore because I'm always kind of guiding them and always kind of helping them. And I'm like, you have got to believe that you have a gift. You have got to believe that synchronicity is happening around you. You're in the right place at the right time for the right reason. You have got to believe it's not always lollipops and butterflies. Sometimes, in order to get you the light, you were in a dark place and you were unaware that you were in a dark place. And so sometimes it hurts. It's not as hurting as bad as you think. It hurts. Sometimes you have to talk yourself down from the ledge. That's your job to do. It's your job to at least try, because guess what? Our ancestors didn't have the level of tools that we have at our fingertips. You can go in and put some hurt. You can meditate. You have tools now. Use them. You are the prayers of your ancestors. Use the tools that are in front of you to pull yourself down from the ledge. Pull yourself down from the ledge. Okay, we have Andrea. Okay, here we go. Oh,
Hello.
hello. Have you been listening to me, or you just
Ya esto se ha salido antes. No.
hello?
No. Que sí.
Oh, okay. Have you been listening to what I'm saying, or are you just scrolling? You haven't.
What?
You okay? Oh gosh. So, what country are you from? Do you not speak English?
No.
Spanish?
You're from Spain. Yes, Spanish.
Ah, Spanish. Okay. Espírita?
What?
Spirit?
Spirit?
Yes.
What? Spirit?
Yes. Spirit.
Espíritu. Espíritu.
Yes. Spirit.
Por
You
la
see
cara.
that? You see that?
Oh. Espíritu, ¿no?
Yes. 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 Spiritual. Yes. That changed the world. Didn't that change it? See, we don't even have to understand English. It brought them right together. Listen, hang out with us. But remember, Spirit was the message for you. Okay? Bye bye. How do we turn this off?
Me. Bye.
Bye. How do you turn? Okay, thank God. Okay, now I'm going to start to invite Spaniards. Okay. I'm going to start to invite people. Hello. Okay, so we're having a show, everybody. So we got 5 minutes each. So, hello, how are you? I can't hear you. Um, is your mic is muted? Buddha prosperity? Oh, okay,
Oh, okay. There you go. Hear me
okay,
now?
all right, good. You can hear me.
Oh, I just came in to support you.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, listen,
Yeah.
hang out with me. There's some others, so we got some questions, but you know what to do. So hang out with me, and I'll take someone. Do you
Oh,
have a question?
okay. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Okay, we have Jeffrey Lewis.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Good, good, good. So, have you been? Is this your first time with me?
The live, yes.
Okay. Do you know about me at all?
I came a video a while back, and that's why I followed. But this is my first time catching your live, and
Okay.
I
So
just caught like the middle of your talking about like going on sabbaticals and stuff.
okay. So, do you have a question?
Well, so I literally all year have been considering thinking about like trying to like wanting to become like a healer or something like along the path because I really do feel like I'm supposed to be doing that. But like I just didn't know like where to start, like how to go about starting. Like I know I do need to find like a teacher or something like that, but I have been in a situation before like in a coven because I did try or felt like a pull to study like spirituality, witchcraft and stuff like in 2018, and I did like softly join the coven. We never had an initiation or anything, but it was like a lot of drama and stuff, and I got out of there. But
Well, let me
yeah.
let me let me give you something. Thank you for the question.
Hmm.
And you may need to have a private session with me.
Hmm.
So, all that stuff is in my bio.
Okay.
Um, Study Reiki.
Okay. I've been
Reiki.
looking at
Right. It's energy for you first.
okay.
You have to study energy. You were drawn to the coven. It was just something. It was something. Um, it was like you thought it would be like minds. You thought it would be resonating frequency, and it's not. It's not. But that's okay. You learn something right now. Move into using energy to go get Reiki or become a Reiki master, but you can do that on a weekend. It can happen in a weekend. And then you could start working Monday too.
Okay.
So you want to be able to do that. You probably won't. You probably need, um, it'll probably extend out. Reiki is like a foundation. So it'll probably extend out to what's in your ancestry because you have a natural ancestral healing path, and it may be more than one coming to be like it might be a grandmother on this side and a grandmother on this side. It could come from different places, but to you it may rest within it. Where are you? What state are you living in?
In Texas.
Oh wow! Don't tell me Dallas.
Hour northeast of Dallas in Greenville.
Oh Oh gosh, in Greenville, nonetheless. Now wonder if folks don't know about Greenville, baby. That Greenville, everybody walking around Greenville barely is alive. It's just like it's so spiritual and so grounded at the same time that you don't even know it. So yes, if you're a child of Greenville, you may want to book a session with me and drive down. I work at White Rock Lake,
Okay. I
and
used to
so
um Pleasant Grove, not far from White Rock Lake.
okay, yeah, you're right there. So you may want to book a session, and you'll see um, other people on my videos who are in White Rock Lake, and you'll see what's happening to them. I always tell people look at my videos because there might be something that triggers you that you need. Reiki is for you. Uh, uh, Stay out of witchcraft.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
and it was a hoodoo
No, no,
voodoo.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You
got
know
it.
what I mean. That's what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Stay out of there for now. There's good. You good. Don't do it. Trust
Okay.
me. What comes easy is not always good. Okay, just always remember that this black man said, when it comes easy to you, you have to check if it's good for you, because it's a reason why it's easy for you to do it.
Okay.
There's a real good reason why. So be like, okay, let me do something else. Okay,
Okay.
Jeffrey, just hang out with me if you want to take a session. Book online with me, and let me know when you book a session that you came to my live, so I'll be able to. I'll just review the tape because I'm probably gonna have to. All right. Okay. Thank you, and hang out with me.
Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay. We have Intuitive Crystal. Intuitive Crystal.
Hello.
Hello, Intuitive Crystal. How are you?
Hi. I'm good.
Good. Good. Good. Good. So, do you have first of all, do you know me?
No, I'm just looking at TikTok. I've never seen you before. I'm just gonna follow. I was just looking through um your uploads,
Hmm.
but no, I have never seen you before.
Okay, great. So, um, this is what because we got 4 minutes, and this is more than enough time for me to get a message to you. First of all, do you have a question that you would like light upon in your life, in your spiritual life, and as long as it has to relate to you?
Um,
Hello.
oh, I'm here. I'm just thinking. I would say I kind of know the path I'm doing. Um, I'm just, I guess I'm a little torn with I do tarot
Okay.
and I want to move that forward.
Okay. Can I tell you now?
Yes.
Stop doing it. Put down the cards. Come off of the training wheels.
Okay.
It's bigger because you're trying to fit a big gift in a small hole.
Okay. Now, what would that be?
Just put it down. It's going to flow anyway. It's already on you. You've been using it.
Uh-huh.
Just sit still in front of someone, like I'm doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
That's why you're here. Just sit still, like I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
You don't need the cards. Concentrate on the person.
I do that
Believe.
too. I do a combination.
Well, but there's a part of you that needs to not have anything in between because your gift it's bigger than you reading them. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's something else that you're going to be moved. You're a healer too,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes healing energy doesn't have tools right away because it's very sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sensitive. It's going in a place that the person needs to be a part of it. Like they need to see where they're ill as well. They can't see it through the tarot card. Their mind is set. Well, I wouldn't say it's not you, but it's them as well. So you've been doing it long enough to not use them and let another gift flow through. There's another gift that comes through. Now it might not, it might use the tool.
I sense what you're saying.
Yeah.
I sense what you're saying, but I love my tarot cards.
Then you what you do is that
That's like giving
make,
up a good friend or
well, make your own.
hmm
Make your own.
on deck.
Yeah. If you're still not ready to give up, you got to evolve. So if
hmm
you're not ready to give them up, you can still move them along.
hmm
You can make your own.
Yeah.
And
I
then
like
let's, right, because the spirit in you has certain things it says, it needs. Those tarot that you're using are not complex enough for it.
yeah. I can pick up without the cards too, but the cards do give me like more details and things.
So make sure that you make your own
Mm,
so that you own it. You have to own everything.
yeah.
Other than that, and I'm saying this to you for years in advance. Like in the next couple of years, you'll see why I was saying you
Okay.
have to own everything.
Yeah. And I'm looking into the mediumship too.
Right. You have to own everything.
Yeah.
The mediumship part of you is. Are you in Texas?
Alabama.
Okay. All right.
My
Um.
family there in Texas, but
Okay. There's a difference between mediumship and channeling.
hmm
Okay. So it's a perspective, and it also brings about a different clientele. There are people who come to mediums,
they're hurt.
right, and others, and then there are people who go to channelers,
hmm
and that's a different group of people. So you have to discover the difference now. It's like surgery. It's almost like putting your gift on the table and seeing where one part of your gift ends and the other begins.
And I feel like I'm in that like learning stage now,
Right. Well, I'm
kind of
telling you,
discovering what is what and what I'm stronger or better at.
guess what? Your clients will tell you.
They have been.
Well, ask them the right question.
hmm
It's like you have to be a part. Like ask them the right question so that they can tell it to you.
They tell
Because,
me I'm good at details.
well, okay. So if they tell you, then the question would be, "Am I good at details because you see it, or am I good at details because I'm talking it out thoroughly?" Be a surgeon.
hmm
They may be seeing something because of the energy that's coming off of you, not what you're saying.
mm
And so you have to be that level of a surgeon. Like let them, because they may think you know it.
hmm
And so that's why I say, and I know right now,
They'll say I'm detailed on things I don't know, but
right?
I will pick it up in the
Okay,
cards, or I will just get the message. It will just be like a knowing in the what I'm seeing and coming through.
okay. So you might be channeling,
hmm I know. I feel like I am.
right? You
Like
might
it's
go
just like
from
a knowing.
mediumship to channeling.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm an intuitive, so that encompasses both. That encompasses both. That's why I said you have to know where one gets
A
and
lot of
the
it
and
too.
the other begins.
Yeah. But I'm still learning how to decide. Well, the knowing is seeming like it's becoming stronger, but I get a lot of visuals and visualizing, but I don't know what spirit all the time is telling me.
It's not. Can I tell you? It's not spirit. You're channeling.
Okay.
You're channeling. That's why I said again. It's not. You're doing it. You just have to be aware of doing it. Stop saying that you don't know. You do
Okay.
know. You know. You just need to be aware of it because you can't be doing it and not knowing it.
Yeah, I'm seeing all this stuff coming, information, but
Yes.
I'm trying to put it to where it's going to. Like like even if I'm not talking to someone, I might just have visions of places and going and I could just be relaxing and I not if
Right.
I'm not relaxing, but I see a lot.
Right.
And
Because you're being used. You are a channel. And
okay.
so the channel is always on. It opened up. We're using it. There are people using it. We're light workers.
Yeah, all my life I've been like that. I
Okay,
don't remember
so
a time almost when I haven't been like that.
You may be a light worker. So that's why I'm saying believe it.
Okay.
Believe it. Really believe it. Because you can't go any further if you don't believe it.
Yeah.
Believe it. So what I'm saying to you, your gift is bigger than the tarot. Was play with it as long as you can and go. I'm not saying don't
Yeah.
do it. But I know that there'll be a time where the people in front of you won't even require it. And you won't even have a time to sit down and have it. It'll happen at the supermarket. It'll happen at a sports game. It's a channel.
Yeah.
It's a channel.
I feel people's energy, and that's so bad sometimes. I hate
Well,
that. I mean, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's really
well,
bad.
this is well. I'm glad you showed up. I'm glad you because I can tell you this. Um, you have the power.
Yeah.
Remember, don't lose your power in this. I know, and I can show you how to handle it. First of all,
Yeah, I'm
cleansing.
empathic, and sometimes I pick up too much of people's feelings, whether it's negative, positive, whatever.
Exactly. So you have to learn how to cleanse yourself
Yeah, and I
always.
try to visually cleanse.
No, you need earth
Oh,
because it's you're an empath and you're of service, and so cleansing has to be cleansed in one of the elements. I cleanse with water. Other people cleanse with nature. Ground down. You cannot sage this off because it's not in the physical realm.
I do Epsom salts baths, like
No, you
almost.
need to get to a tree.
Okay.
When you go to my videos, you'll see all these empaths on trees. There has to be at least 60 of them. You'll see all of them on the trees and look at their face, and you'll see them releasing. You see that this level of release has to be done with roots
I'm a
by water.
gardener. Well,
Huh?
on a small scale, I garden plants. I'm a planter
Because
and a
you
gardener.
because your system will override you
Uh-huh.
and lead you to healing even though
Yeah,
you're
I
unwilling.
already have like a lot of plants, too many to put in the house.
That's it.
And every year I'm always out in my yard and I spend if I'm not doing tarot, I'm gardening of some kind or outside.
Your system is already doing it for you. It's
Yeah.
just you have to be aware of what your system is saying. Okay, you did the tarot, you're gonna come out here and garden because we have to get that
I
energy
go
off of
back
you.
and forth between
Right,
the two.
right. But here's the thing: do tarot outside and garden.
Oh, I do. I do.
Okay, okay.
I
Well,
do.
perfect, perfect. That's all I have to say because it seems that all I needed to say to you is believe in yourself.
Mhm.
And
I'm developing. That's the stage I feel like I'm developing.
Mhm.
The tarot, I'm, just getting deeper into, getting better and better at it. Um, I'm able to get a lot of information from it.
Yes, um,
And I'm ready, I feel like, to go a little further. That's
yes,
why I'm taking a mediumship class.
yes, um, yes. Um, you stay close, okay? There's some life lessons that I can activate in you
Yeah.
by you just looking at my videos, okay?
I'm gonna watch your videos.
Yeah, I think when you watch my videos,
Yeah,
this
I think I have to
conversation,
go back and look at what you're saying.
right, and this conversation I'm having with you is going to
Yeah,
make
and I'm a processor.
yes,
I
I
process
get that. That's
everything.
why I keep saying you just
Yeah.
got to look at my videos, and this
Mhm.
conversation is going to take on a different. You're going to see more light in the conversation I'm having with you.
Okay.
Okay, and you'll be like, oh, he's trying to tell me
I see. Okay.
something.
And I do love water, so that's not
Yes,
a
I
problem.
get it. I totally get it. That's why I kept saying, okay, you haven't seen my videos because once you see them, you're gonna be like, oh, I get it. I get it. This is a part of my journey where I actually learn how to take care of my gift.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Talk to
Bye.
you soon. Bye
Talk
bye.
to you. Bye bye.
Okay, Prosperity, are you still there? Good, good.
Yeah.
Okay, I will talk to you later because I'm gonna hang up for a moment so I can get some more
No
people.
problem.
All right, I will.
I'm just here to support your page.
No, I love you on it. Hey, I love that you're on the page. I love it. So I'm good. I just for some reason it won't let me invite anybody else. So I'm like, oh, maybe
Uh-oh.
do you have to come off? Maybe you have to come off. Can you? Yeah.
How?
No, it won't.
Disconnect this.
Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. Okay. All right. Okay, everybody. Let's see. I was talking about so much. I'm so glad everybody records this. I'm so glad that this is getting recorded. I don't know what to say. What should I take a break and come back? How about I take a break and come back? I can take a break and come back. I'll take a break and come back.